Have you heard about Tesla's new Juniper project? It looks like they are ready to give the Model Y a makeover, and the goal is pretty clear: to make this SUV even more efficient and competitive. Under this project, the Model Y will undergo a redesign that, in addition to giving the car a more modern look, will also have a direct impact on performance. They are focusing on improving aerodynamics, which may seem like a technical detail, but it makes all the difference. When a car is more aerodynamic, it cuts through the wind more smoothly, using less energy to move. And that's exactly Tesla's plan: reduce drag by around 4.8%. Does that seem small? Actually, it could be enough to increase range by several miles, which is a huge improvement. Just imagine, with this aerodynamic improvement, the Model Y could reach an impressive 357 miles of range. For those who love long road trips, this is a dream come true. More range means fewer stops for recharging and more time on the road. And with this update, the Model Y can easily outpace rivals like the Skoda Enyaq and Peugeot E308, who are trying to catch up to Tesla in the electric vehicle market. The cool part is that this redesign won't just benefit the car's performance. It will also give it a new, bolder look, which is sure to appeal to anyone who loves a car that turns heads. Now, why is this aerodynamic change so important? When you reduce a vehicle's drag, you're basically making it easier for the electric motor to do its job. The car will need less energy to maintain the same speed, resulting in greater efficiency. And that's where Tesla always stands out. They don't settle for what already works well. They're constantly looking for ways to improve. With this reduction in drag, the 2025 Model Y will be one of the most efficient cars on the market, especially compared to competitors who are still trying to optimize this aspect. The Skoda Enyaq, for example, has been a tough rival, but with this new Model Y redesign, Tesla is making it clear that it won't be easy to surpass them. And the Peugeot E308, although a great option for those looking for a compact electric vehicle, doesn't offer the same kind of range and efficiency that the Model Y is set to deliver. Elon Musk has always had the vision of creating cars that are not only sustainable, but also the best in terms of technology and innovation. And this Juniper project seems to be proof that they are more committed than ever to this mission. The most interesting thing is that this Model Y update is not limited to aesthetic changes. Sure, the car will look sleeker and more modern, but the real impact is under the hood, or rather in its structure. Tesla wants to ensure that every detail of the car is optimized to provide the best possible experience. This includes everything from the design of the wheels to the materials used in the body, all aimed at ensuring the car is as efficient as possible. And that's not something you see every day. It's this attention to detail that keeps Tesla at the forefront of the electric vehicle market. Moreover, with increasing competition, Tesla knows they need to keep innovating to stay on top. The Skoda Enyaq and Peugeot E308 are just a few examples of brands trying to enter this market with force. But Tesla already has a significant advantage. And that advantage only grows with projects like Juniper. By improving the range and efficiency of the Model Y, they are essentially making the car even more attractive to consumers who want a reliable, tech-savvy, and of course, sustainable vehicle. Another interesting thing about the new Model Y is that it won't just outperform its rivals in terms of performance, but it will also remain a popular choice because of Tesla's Supercharger network. While other automakers are still trying to expand their charging options, Tesla already has a solid network, and that's a big plus. Imagine traveling hundreds of miles without worrying about finding a charging station. That's exactly what the 2025 Model Y will offer its drivers, especially with the new increased range. The news about the interior of the Tesla Model Y is also really catching people's attention. Tesla wants to make the car even more sophisticated inside, and the planned improvements are headed in that direction. One of the most talked about features is the new control center, which promises to be more intuitive and modern. They are betting on a clean interface, with fewer physical buttons and more digital control. This means that instead of pressing a bunch of buttons, you'll do almost everything through the screen. It's like the car is becoming more and more of a giant gadget, right? And to top it off, the quality of the materials will also be stepped up with more premium finishes, giving passengers a sense of luxury. Now, the cherry on top for backseat passengers will be the new 8-inch screen. This means that those sitting in the back will be able to enjoy a more immersive experience during the trip. Whether it's to watch a movie, access the car's entertainment system, or even control the air conditioning, this screen will offer more autonomy and comfort for those not behind the wheel. Imagine taking a long trip and being able to control everything without bothering the driver. It's definitely a feature that will appeal to many families and tech-loving passengers. But as with all things, there's a change that sparks some discussions. Tesla is reportedly considering removing the turn signal levers. That's right, those levers we've been using for decades to signal directions might disappear. The idea is to replace the levers with buttons on the steering wheel or even touch-sensitive controls, like we've seen in some of the brand's recent models. Although it's an innovation, many people are wondering if it will really make things easier or if it's just another adjustment that will take time to get used to. After all, using turn signal levers is so ingrained in how we drive that any change in this area might feel a little strange. Another question that comes up is whether this removal will really happen. Despite the rumors, Tesla hasn't officially confirmed whether they'll actually remove the turn signal levers. And let's face it, this is a delicate decision. Changing something that's part of everyone's driving routine could be risky. And Elon Musk himself has mentioned that Tesla loves challenges. So maybe they are confident this innovation will catch on. But will the public embrace this change so easily? Only time will tell, but it's certain that this update will get people talking. Meanwhile, the interior improvements seem focused on providing more comfort and sophistication, without losing the technological essence that Tesla always delivers. The choice of more premium materials highlights that the Model Y 2025 is not just about cutting-edge technology, but also about offering an accessible luxury experience. Imagine stepping into the car and feeling like you're in a more refined environment, almost like the cabin of a private jet. That's the feeling Tesla wants to evoke, and it seems they're on the right track. Another interesting point is that these interior upgrades also reflect Tesla's commitment to functional simplicity. By removing buttons and levers and centralizing controls in the command center, the idea is to make everything more fluid and user-friendly. However, there's always that question, will this appeal to all drivers? Some people enjoy the tactile feel of physical controls, like pressing a button or turning a lever. So, these changes may not be unanimous, especially among more traditional drivers. But even with all these improvements, Tesla maintains its mindset of constant innovation. Nothing about the Model Y seems final, and it's possible that new changes will emerge before its release. Maybe the turn signal stalks will really be removed, or perhaps Tesla will reassess the decision based on driver feedback. What's clear is that the company's focus is on continuously reinventing the driving experience, transforming what we know today into something entirely new. What Tesla is doing with the Model Y 2025 in terms of cabin comfort is impressive. They're really focused on creating a quieter environment, and it's not just because of basic improvements. They're refining every detail, from door seals to the car's aerodynamic design, so that outside noise is practically eliminated. Imagine driving on a busy highway, and as soon as you roll up the windows, everything around you becomes almost completely silent. It feels like even the tires glide more smoothly on the asphalt, aiming to reduce noise. They're talking about up to a 30% reduction in noise, which, let's be honest, is a significant leap. And you know what I find interesting? This pursuit of silence goes beyond just creating a quieter environment. Tesla wants the driver and passengers to feel isolated from the external chaos. Almost like the car is a bubble of peace in the middle of a bustling city or on a long trip. This definitely makes the driving experience much more enjoyable, especially if you're used to being in heavy traffic. It's as if every trip becomes a retreat where you can think, relax, or even enjoy some good music without the disturbance of outside sounds. Now, besides the promised quietness, they're also investing in highly advanced heating and ventilation systems. And it's not just about warming or cooling the seats. Tesla is improving the seat heating system to make it fast and effective, no matter the outside temperature. So, if you step into the car on a cold day, those uncomfortable seconds before the heat kicks in will practically disappear. In ventilation, man, they're taking that to another level, adjusting it so that the air circulates more intelligently, in a way that you don't even notice but feel the comfort. Speaking of comfort, a cool new feature is the 3-zone climate control. If you think it's just for the driver and front passenger, you're mistaken. With this system, everyone in the car can choose their ideal temperature, even those in the back seats. This avoids those arguments about whether the air is too cold or too hot. Everyone can set their preferences, and everyone stays comfortable. What's even more interesting is that these adjustments don't impact the car's energy consumption as much as in other vehicles. So, you can enjoy the comfort without worrying about it affecting the range. These improvements may seem like small details, but when you put it all together, you realize that Tesla is creating a cabin environment designed for well-being in every aspect. From the silence, which helps with focus and relaxation, to thermal comfort, every part of the Model Y 2025's interior has been planned to offer a luxury experience. And I'm not even talking about traditional luxury with leather and gold accents. The luxury here is smart comfort, the kind of thing you only notice when you experience it. Another cool point is that the climate control isn't limited to the regular air conditioning. Tesla is using sensors to monitor the car's internal and external temperature in real time and adjust the system automatically. So, if the sun hits one side of the car harder, the system responds to ensure everyone stays comfortable. You don't even have to touch the controls. The car does everything by itself. And, of course, with the central control screen, you can manually adjust preferences with quick and simple touches, making everything even more convenient. And when we talk about cabin comfort, we can't forget about the materials used for the seats. The Model Y 2025 will continue with Tesla's signature sustainable approach, but without compromising on comfort. They're investing in high-quality materials that are both eco-friendly and comfortable. It's the kind of seat that embraces you, you know? You sit down and feel like it's made for long hours of use, without discomfort. And if the promise to further improve ventilation is fulfilled, it'll be perfect for any climate. The most interesting thing about all of this is that with these improvements, the Model Y 2025 isn't just competing with other electric cars, but with luxury vehicles in general. Tesla is proving that you can have a high-level experience without a combustion engine and, even better, without harming the environment. They're raising the bar on what comfort means in an electric car, and other automakers will have to step up if they want to compete on equal footing. With the Model Y being one of Tesla's best-selling cars, it makes sense that they would invest so much in comfort. After all, people are becoming more and more demanding, and Tesla wants to ensure that their customers have the best experience possible, whether in the city or on longer trips. The performance upgrades that Tesla is planning for the 2025 Model Y are sure to excite any electric car enthusiast. The powertrain itself may not undergo drastic changes, but what stands out the most is the possible increase in power for the performance version. We're talking about a machine that could reach over 470 horsepower. That alone is enough to make anyone want to take it for a spin to feel the acceleration. Just imagine going from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in only 3.1 seconds. That's supercar performance, something that just a few years ago, we never imagined seeing in an electric SUV. And what's even cooler is that it's not just about speed. Tesla has always been very careful to balance power with efficiency. Even with this increase in horsepower, the Model Y won't sacrifice its range or smooth driving experience. They have this ability to deliver a car that responds quickly to the accelerator, but that can also be comfortable and economical when you just want to enjoy a calm drive. It's the kind of technology that feels like magic because everything happens so naturally that you don't even realize how advanced it is. Now, one of the things that has everyone curious are the rumors about faster charging. If there's one area where Tesla continues to innovate, it's in charging efficiency. Everyone knows they have an incredible network of superchargers spread across the globe. But imagine being able to charge your car in even less time. For those who use their car daily and rely on quick charges, this could make all the difference. That time you would spend at a gas station, with these improvements, charging time could become even more competitive, making the 2025 Model Y even more practical for people constantly on the go. Speaking of being on the go, it's worth noting that Tesla isn't only focused on people who want maximum performance. The fact that they're achieving these improvements without compromising the overall driving experience is genius. Because, let's face it, it's no use having a super fast car if it's uncomfortable or uses too much energy because of it, right? Tesla balances this with mastery. And it seems like the 2025 Model Y will continue this tradition. Another point that intrigues me is how these performance upgrades will impact the overall driving experience. Tesla has been investing a lot in improving drivability and the feeling of control behind the wheel. With a more powerful motor and a refined all-wheel drive system, it's easy to imagine that driving the Model Y will be even more enjoyable. Whether you're on a highway or a winding road, the car's response will be more precise and intuitive, almost like the car is anticipating what you're going to do. And this doesn't even mention how optimistic Tesla is in terms of energy efficiency. Even with this increase in power, the expectation is that the range will remain impressive. They're refining the car's aerodynamics. And the work on the motor should also help ensure that performance doesn't come at the cost of more charging stops. It's like Tesla is saying, yes, you can have it all, power and efficiency, without compromising on anything. If the charging capabilities are truly improved, we're talking about a significant change for the electric vehicle market. One of the criticisms some people still have about electric cars is the time it takes to charge fully. With faster charging, that argument could lose its strength once and for all. Imagine being on a long trip, and instead of stopping for an hour or more, you recharge in a matter of minutes. This could be revolutionary, not just for the Model Y, but for the future of electric mobility as a whole. What's happening right now is almost a race to see who can launch the most powerful, fastest, and, of course, most innovative electric SUV. Porsche and Audi are bringing incredible vehicles to the competition with cutting-edge technology and a luxury touch that has always captured attention. But Tesla has a strong card up its sleeve: the ability to combine technological innovation with a unique driving experience. The goal of the updates to the Model Y is not just to stay ahead, but to redefine what it means to be at the top. For Tesla, it's not enough to simply compete. They want to set the rules of the game, and the upcoming improvements reinforce just that. Now, with all this technology and performance coming, it's clear that the price will also follow suit. The performance version of the Model Y could approach $60,000, which is a very competitive price when you consider everything it will offer. We're talking about a car that can easily compete with vehicles from traditional brands known for their quality and luxury. But Tesla has something extra: that feeling of driving the future. That feeling is priceless, and it's what makes so many people willing to pay more to have a Tesla in their garage. But here's the thing: despite the price, Tesla is aware that the competition is fiercer than ever. They're not just competing with luxury brands, but also with newer, bolder companies that are investing heavily in electric SUVs. Brands that might not have even existed a few years ago are now creating high-performance vehicles with impressive designs and aggressive pricing. The big question is, will these brands be able to offer the same combination of innovation and practicality that Tesla has always delivered? Because one thing is certain, creating a fast car is one thing, but creating a car that is fast, efficient, and affordable is what puts Tesla ahead. And we can't ignore that Tesla has another huge advantage over its rivals: the Supercharger network. It's one thing to have a luxury electric car, but it's another thing to know that you can travel across the country and find fast charging stations everywhere. This is one of the advantages that competitors have yet to match, and it's a benefit that continues to grow as Tesla expands this infrastructure. So, even though Porsche and Audi have cars that look amazing on paper, the practicality Tesla offers continues to be a powerful differentiator. Now, speaking of practicality, it's interesting to see how Tesla manages to offer all this technological innovation without complicating the driver's life. The Model Y is a perfect example of this. It's going to be faster, more efficient, and smarter, but you don't need to be an engineer to enjoy these improvements. Tesla makes everything intuitive, from the autopilot system to the charging process. And that's what attracts so many people who, before, never considered driving an electric car. They simplify the experience, and that wins hearts. So, even with heavyweight competitors like Porsche and Audi diving into the electric SUV market, it seems like Tesla isn't worried at all. They know they're leading the way, and with the updates to the Model Y, they'll stay at the top. After all, who wouldn't want to drive a car that's not only a beast on the road, but is also shaping the future of mobility?